Get ready to discover PS5 and PS4 games that you should play in May 2023. Starting off with Age of Wonders 4, the fourth main installment of the fantasy turn-based strategy game, which is releasing on May 2nd. In addition to the traditional campaign, Age of Wonders 4 allows players to create their own stories as well. This is made possible thanks to the very powerful Kingdom creator. In terms of gameplay, the fourth installment doesn't differ much from the previous ones. Your main goal is to build a powerful empire that will stand the test of time. During combat, we'll face wild beasts and the armies of other nations. Battles are turn-based, with victory requiring good tactics, taking advantage of the terrain and using our unit's special abilities. Death or Treat, an action platformer with RPG and roguelike elements, is also releasing on May 5th. In Death or Treat, we play as Scary, facing hordes of enemies to save the spirit of Halloween as well as the entire town of Hallowtown. The game takes place in many diverse locations, each inspired by Halloween, and while traversing these areas, Scary jumps onto platforms, avoids traps, and dispatches hordes of enemies. The protagonist can wield both melee weaponry and ranged weaponry. He also has access to various combat skills, the use of which can turn the tide of many duels. Combat is dynamic, forcing us to stay mobile, avoid enemy blows, counter them, and hit their weak spots. Along the way, we find treasure, which we can use to unlock more powerful abilities and weapons. Coming on May 9th, it's Ys9 Monstrum Nox, which is a fantasy action Japanese RPG. The game takes place in a magical fantasy land, and once again we play as the warrior named Adel, the protagonist of all previous installments of the series. In terms of gameplay, we get an action RPG, in which the fun comes down mainly to exploring the world, performing tasks, developing characters, and, above all, fighting hordes of enemies. The battle system is dynamic and requires high dexterity, offering a wide variety of attacks, maneuvers, and special skills. TLOU of Man, Ride on the Edge 3 is also coming on PS5 and PS4 on May 11th, which is the third installment in a series of motorcycle games that focus on the competition known as the world's toughest single-track race. In addition, we get at our disposal 40 riders and motorcycles in the Superbike and Supersport classes. Machines can be comprehensively upgraded. There is also some physics improvements, which make TLOU of Man Ride on the Edge 3 more realistic and have a more pronounced simulation character. Coming on May 11th, it's Endless Dungeon, which is a science fiction roguelike RPG from the Amplitude Studio. Endless Dungeon takes us to the space station, the secrets of which we will discover with our 3-member team. We have 12 characters to choose from, each with a different story, skills, and character. Our task is to choose complementary characters and equip them accordingly. The key elements in the game are the doors separating the successive locations at the station. Our goal is not only to survive and defeat our enemies, but also to protect the crystal we have with us, the loss of which means a failure. LEGO 2K Drive is also coming on May 19th on both PS4 and PS5. In LEGO 2K Drive, we play as a rookie driver aspiring to win the Sky Trophy and become Bricklandia's superstar. The game is set in a vast open world. It consists of a variety of locations, and each area is home to many wacky races, various mini-games, and special challenges. Those willing can also search for collectibles and destructible objects. Racing is the most important aspect of the game. In order to cross the finish line, we must master drifting, use shortcuts and nitro, as well as gather power-ups. The vehicles can shapeshift, from cars into boats and the other way around, which means the tracks often move from the streets to off-road terrain or even to water. Miasma Chronicles, which is a tactical game with RPG elements, is also releasing on May 23rd on PS5. In Miasma Chronicles, we take control over the team traversing the post-apocalyptic world controlled by the mysterious, brutal force. We wander through bleak wastelands and ruined cities and fulfill the tasks set before us. On our way, we often meet adversaries. Although the exploration takes place in real time, the battles take place in turn-based mode. During encounters, we have to show, above all, a tactical sense and skillfully use the abilities of individual characters. As we progress, we gain more powerful weapons and improve the ones we already have. In addition, over time we develop characters who learn new skills. Coming on May 23rd, it's After Us, which is a third-person adventure game based mainly on platform game elements. We play the role of a life spirit named Gaia. Our task is to breathe new life into the surreal world ravaged by human actions and save the souls of representatives of extinct animal species. In addition, the protagonist encounters devourers, dangerous, hungry creatures on her way. However, the game does not offer a combat system as such. Instead, it features relatively simple puzzles that must be solved in order to make progress in the storyline. Railway Empire 2 is also coming on May 25th. Railway Empire 2 is the sequel to a warmly received economic strategy from 2018. The player's tasked with developing a train company. We choose one of 6 playable characters and develop our own rail transport company. We must build tracks and infrastructure, such as train stations and repair stations, purchase passenger and cargo trains and prepare schedules for them. The game features 2 large maps, covering Europe and the United States. On May 25th, The Lord of the Rings Gollum is also joining the PS5 and PS4's games library. The Lord of the Rings Gollum is an action-adventure game developed by the Daedalic Entertainment Studio in which we play as Smeagol, who managed to find the One Ring. During the game we can see how the transformation into Gollum looked like from the perspective of this character. And here comes the highlight of the month, Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League, which is releasing on PS5 on May 26. A cooperative third-person action game, which was developed by Rocksteady Studio, creators of Batman Arkham series. In the game we take on the role of one of the 4 playable characters, Harley Quinn, Deadshot, Captain Boomerang, and King Shark. Each of them has a different set of special skills, gadgets and weapons, a fighting style and the way they move around the city. There is a character development system available, so as the game progresses we can improve our skills and equipment to get rid of enemies with even greater ease, including the powerful members of the Justice League. Coming on May 30th it's Shame Legacy, which is a first-person survival horror game releasing on PS4 and PS5. The game is a first-person horror game emphasizing stealth, avoiding enemies, discovering the secrets of the village as well as the protagonist's role in the story. The player gets to explore many disturbing locations such as abandoned encampments, undergrounds, cemeteries, and cornfields. Our only companions are anxiety-inducing darkness and the constant sense of danger. And finally At Last Moving Out 2 is also releasing somewhere in May. The game puts at our disposal a variety of characters. Gameplay moves at a truly frenetic pace, and the whole thing is very humorous. A number of diverse assignments await execution here, which throw us into various, sometimes even exotic locations. When moving furniture from homes we have to hurry, so flipping items from one end of the room to the other is the everyday reality here. Sometimes it only requires a single accurate throw through a window to transport a couch from the first floor to the first floor. Hope you enjoyed our video. If you have not subscribed our channel yet, now is a great time to do, so click subscribe and press the notification bell icon. Thanks for watching.